Issues flood alert ahead of BAGRE and Kompiaga Dam's spillage.
Coming up in business news tonight, close to 3,000 customers lost 1 billion cedis through fraudulent online banking transactions in 2020.
And on the international front, at least 13 people killed in twin bomb attacks at Kabul airport. We're live on TV3 Ghana on Facebook, DSTV channel 279, all across the world on 3news.com. Also, go onto your Google Play Store or the App Store and download the 3News app. Let's get interactive. On
the news now in detail, and the governing New Patriotic Party is accusing John Mahama of peddling falsehood about the current administration and his thank you tour. The party, at a news conference, called out the 2020 NDC presidential candidate for campaigning despite the elections ending some 8 months ago.
The NPP accused John Mahama of failing to accept the outcome of the 2020 elections, hence his desperate attempts in campaigning under the guise of a thank you tour. The NPP says it will not countenance the deliberate misinformation by the NDC 2020 candidate. General Secretary John Boydu described comments by John Mahama over the creation of the new regions as embarrassing.
He accused President Akufo-Addo of creating regions in name, or in name only, without development. He's so wrong on both counts. Facts are that the people in the affected regions, Western, Bron, Ahafo, Volta, and Northern, did petition the then fresh president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, after they failed to get the attention and the cooperation of the former president.
He adds the NDC did not leave any legacy to be abandoned, as the party claims.
John Mahama did not leave a legacy worth abandoning. His best shot at housing is in court now, the Saglem project, facing questions over millions unaccounted for. His history of cocoa roast is replete with horror stories. He barely managed to deliver 2 interchanges, that's KASOA and Circle. Mahama was behind a set of 8 projects under NMSI. Most of the money of the project was invested in 1 out of the 8. That is the Shai Osudoku District Hospital at Dodowa.
John Boydu wants the NDC to submit its election proposals to IPAC and avoid what he says is a face-saving gimmick.
The NPP has said, and we're going to repeat, that we are not going to dignify their so-called proposals for electoral reforms by responding to them in the media. The media, as well as the international community, cannot be the right forum for such an exercise. We are a disciplined political party and respect rules. We do not play to the gallery. We are a serious political party, and so if the NDC is serious about their demands for electoral reforms, they should table it at the right forum.
Well, with that, the Electoral Commission has also written acknowledging receipt of the NDC's electoral reforms as proposals made. But the National Disaster Management Organization, that's NADMO, has issued a flood alert in 27 districts in the 5 regions of the north ahead of the spilling of the water from the BAGRE and Kompiaga dams in Burkina Faso from August 27th to Monday, August 30. According to NADMO, it has reactivated its Operation Thunderbolt, which sensitizes communities and others in these areas to relocate.
The spillage from the 2 dams is an annual practice, and yearly over 1,200 residents are displaced. NADMO is advising residents downstream to relocate to higher grounds, as its officials have been deployed to the affected communities to assist in evacuation efforts. NADMO is urging traditional rulers and the MMDCEs in the 5 regions to put in place mitigating measures. Already, some residents of the Timpane district who have been displaced by floods following torrential rains want to be resettled before the 2 dams are opened.
Food for next 10 years coming, So we're just pleading. And what has left, we are asking our children to go back. They shouldn't come closer because of the reptiles and other living animals in the river.
The assemblyman for Gagbri Nantinga also reiterated the need for the residents to be relocated. The opening of the valves at the dam is between August 27 and August 30. The current water level at the BAGRE Dam is 234.22 meters, close to the spillage height of 235 meters.
And back in the Greater Accra region, some fishermen from Ada and Prom arrested for engaging in illegal fishing practices are being processed for courts. The administrator of the National Premix Fuel Secretariat, Nana Abrokwasari, tells TV3 the sector ministry will not supply premix fuel to many more London beaches engaged in illegal fishing activities.
We are cracking down on IEU nationally. And if you may recall, we started from Elmina. Right after the close season, we extended the close season for Elmina. We stopped supplies to Elmina, like the landing beaches in Elmina. So we are not picking and choosing. It is nationwide. And it's also to serve as a deterrent. So the fact that this time around there's a communique from the ministry sanctioning some landing beaches in the Ada zone doesn't mean that if another group of people in the Western region also commit any of these infractions, will not crack the whip on them. There's a saying that if you hear your neighbor's house is on fire, you quickly fetch water by years. The measure we've taken in Ada should serve as a deterrent. Other landing beaches close by are watching, and we've issued a circular across all landing beaches across the country. They should know that when we get wind of information that this is happening, we'll come in quickly to crack the whip. And the sanctions may vary. This time around, we had to cut supplies to landing beaches in Ada. Others may be different. You have the Naval Police and the FEU also helping us. For all you know, some may even end up in jail because these are laws that are stated, and there are strict punitive measures that are attached to it. In 2013, the EU sanctioned Ghana with a yellow card, and that also cost the nation over $150 million. So if we don't take action, if we don't come and rescue what is happening, I think we are going to come to a state where we can't correct or things are going to get worse.
Well, the opposition NDC is saying the discontinuation of a criminal case by the Ghana Police Service against Fisheries Minister Mavis Hawakumsin points to yet another instance of government complicity in shielding errant appointees. Well, the minister was being investigated, if you recall, for firing a gunshot at a polling center during the 2020 registration for the elections. Now, the national youth organizer of the NDC, George Opariado, in an interview with TV3, said Ghanaians may have to begin to fight for themselves.
Clearly, if not for anything at all, a fine should have sufficed to clearly show that the laws of this country works. But if the police comes out to tell us that they don't have any evidence whatsoever to prosecute her, when the evidence abounds from her own statements to various media houses when the incident happened, from the people and eyewitnesses who were there, those who suffered injuries, those whose motorbikes were set ablaze, and the eyewitnesses and the electoral officers who were there, all these people are there to clearly testify and show that some misconduct took place at the polling station that day. Also, for the police to transfer the crime officer, who was neck deep in the investigations, to another jurisdiction, because the crime officer had shown resilience, clearly speak to some malfeasance that went on. Now we are telling the Ghana Police Service, led by Judge Dr. Dampare, is that it is unacceptable for the police to tell us that they don't have enough evidence to prosecute Madam Hawa. But in all this, we blame His Excellency President Nana Dankwa and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who is the chairman of the Police Council. Because from the very first day that weapon was discharged, President Akufo-Addo and Vice President Mahmoud Bawumia should have asked Madam Hawa Kumsin to step aside, because it was a conduct unbecoming of a minister. But what did we see? President Akufo-Addo reappointed Hawa Kumsin again to another portfolio as Minister of State. So clearly it is an endorsement from the president telling everybody that he supports what Hawa Kumsin did. So I am not surprised that if the president himself supports, how much more the IGP, who is an appointee of the president, is it for him to say that he's going to prosecute our president? And it is a dangerous precedent we are setting for this country.
Let's now focus on education, because textbooks for the standard-based curriculum for pupils will be made available to students during the next academic term in January next year. At a news conference in Accra, the Director General of the Ghana Education Service, Professor Kwesi Opoku-Amankwah, noted teachers have been sufficiently trained to augment effective teaching and learning.
The new curriculum was designed in 2019 as part of the learning experiences necessary to equip pupils and students for higher education. However, the delay in making textbooks available has been of growing concern as the academic year is almost ending. 3 pre-tertiary education teacher unions, who are livid over the lack of teaching and learning resources, have threatened a strike by close of September if their concerns are not addressed. But the director of the Ghana Education Service, Professor Kwesi Opoku-Amankwah, admitting to the delay in procuring the textbooks, indicated that the books will be available at the beginning of the next academic term in January 2022.
We admit that it has delayed, but we also knew that it was going to delay because the processes for developing the books, going through to approval and recommendation, and then the procurement process itself takes a while. So in anticipation of that, we trained the 150,000 plus teachers. We provided teachers resource pack to them. And it is our expectation that they will be using those materials in their teaching.
He further debunked claims of long working and contact hours raised by the aggrieved teachers.
They are not doing more than they should be doing. But if for any reason they are doing more than that, we want to assure you that at the time that we were drawing the calendar, especially for when the COVID broke, we had extensive discussions with stakeholders, and they were key stakeholders in those discussions, and we agreed on the modalities and the number of periods.
Meanwhile, the Director General of the GES, Professor Kwesi Opoku-Amankwah, has denied shortage of food in senior high schools, insisting the Ghana Education Service has no such record.
Our records as of now do not show that there is any food shortage in the schools to the extent that the schools have to close down. We don't have that records. Our record shows that there is food in the schools. Occasionally, you may get a school, or you may get a school or head, but they have the numbers and the contacts of the buffer stock. They have their own arrangements with them. Sometimes you also hear from the suppliers that they take the food there and they say that, oh, our storage is so small that instead of 10 bags, give us 5 bags.
Let's now go to the Labour front, where the Vice President, Dr. Bawumia, says he will see to it that taxes on overtime for workers is addressed. He was responding to the issue raised at the 11th Annual Quadrennial Conference of the Industrial and Commercial Workers Union in Accra.
According to the Industrial and Commercial Workers Union, ICU, it has been agitating for removal of taxes on overtime over the past 10 years to no avail.
We've never kept quiet. The finance minister received our letters asking that a discussion of the structure of the overtime should be looked at. Overtime has denied some of us our good family. It has denied us our home. Some of us over here don't even know our children, how old they are, because we leave at dawn, come at the dusk, and we are not able to see them properly because of overtime. And we do it because we love our nation.
The Vice President, Dr. Muhammad Bawumia, assured workers to get the issue addressed.
We are all in this together, and I am very much looking forward to having some of the discussions that Brother Solomon Kote has talked about. I'm hearing about the overtime pass issue. I'm going to investigate it a bit more and see what it does mean. So we want to do things and do it together. Our job is to make life easier for you.
Well, the Director General of the Police Public Affairs, that's ACP Kosifori, is urging prospective police recruits to be conscious of scammers posing as agents for the Ghana Police Service. He said all applicants should endeavor to go through the process when the registration portal is activated on Friday, August 27.
The police administration would like to make it clear that the 2021 police recruitment will start on the 27th, effectively 27th of August, where people can access the site provided for the recruitment. We've not engaged any middleman or middlemen for the recruitment. Nobody have been tasked to go from one community to the other to sell any form, to collect any money on behalf of the police administration. All laid down procedures and regulations have been properly indicated in our advertisement. Therefore, when you're a member of the public and you part any money or monies to those scammers, those fraudsters, you do so at your own risk.
In more news tonight, Ghana and the state of North Rhine-Westphalia have signed an agreement to deepen the ties of cooperation between the two territories in 7 specific areas of cooperation. The areas as contained in the agreement include non-governmental, not-for-profit and private sector organizations, as well as diaspora organizations.
The agreement, which was signed by Ghana's Minister for Foreign Affairs, Shirley Ayokoboche, and the Minister-President for North Rhine-Westphalia, Armin Laschet, also includes religious organizations of 4 denominations, business corporations, local councils, educational establishments, and GIZ Development Agency. The agreement is guided and informed by the principles and goals set out in the United Nations Agenda 2030 and the Agenda 2063 of the African Union. As part of the G20 Compact, both countries signed a reform-oriented partnership designed to promote joint African-style development project involving public and private players. This partnership, according to a statement, has provided the framework for cooperation between Ghana and North Rhine-Westphalia. The two sides will also consider training, the promotion of business and job creation in growth sectors to be essential fields of cooperation. Speaking at the opening of the North Rhine-Westphalia Academy for International Affairs later after the signing of the agreement, President Akufo-Addo said a time has come for Europe and Africa to establish a sustainable strategic partnership based on trade and investment cooperation.
I hope that you in Germany, with your own experience of the EU and how it has helped rejuvenate and grow the economies of the European Union, will be keen in supporting us in the African Union and facilitating our efforts to build the continental free trade area into an effective trading bloc, which will be a close trading partner of the EU.
The core purpose of setting up the North Rhine-Westphalia Academy is to foster research at the highest level and promote the growth of international and interdisciplinary networks.
Away from diplomatic relations, let's get back to the northern part of the country because a 48-year-old farmer has been killed after 3 elephants invaded Yankazia in the East Mapuche municipality of the northeast region. The deceased has since been buried.
Incident occurred on Wednesday, August 25. It is not the first time elephants have attacked residents in the area. The stray elephants invaded Swanvuzi, Naswan, and Tuna, all in the northeast region. 2 of them were killed after community members heard about the death of the farmer, while 1 ran back into the forest.
Well, still live here on News360. We're live on TV3 Ghana on Facebook, DSTV channel 279, all across the world on 3news.com. Stay with us. Dela Michelle is coming up with the business news.
Mama Josie. Fe.
Different era, better result. Time has changed and time has brought Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Healthy gums, anti-cavity, fresher breath, and it whitens teeth. Kel Chocolate Toothpaste. Sounds Kofa.
Yenchi. Kel Chocolate Toothpaste.
Happy smile.
Zoom right here in my house. Hey!
Look up there. Why are you using inferior pen?
It was a mistake. I no check.
Acrobat 2. I'm going to knock you out.
I know, sir.
You deserve quality.
Don't make mistakes. Stop.
You did the right thing.
When you are going to buy a paint, don't look left, don't look right. Go straight and grab the luxury acrylic paint. No be any painting be painted.
The luxury acrylic paint.
Paint me champion.
I love football. Football can be a dirty game, on or off the pitch. Even when I'm trying to score at the party, stains find a way of tracking me down. But I don't worry at all, because I have Cleansoft. Use new Cleansoft 360 Deep Clean, a unique formula with active ingredients and enzymes that gets rid of all stubborn stains and leaves your clothes smelling wonderful.
Cleansoft, my favorite.
Cleansoft 360 Deep Clean, clean all.
Star 787 hash, Ghana's biggest lottery with the highest chances of winning, the most winners every week, and the highest weekly jackpot in Ghana. Every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, and Friday night, there's an extra draw, and tickets bought also qualify for the Saturday jackpot draw. What are you waiting for? Pick up your phone and dial star 787 hash now and become one of more than 20,000 weekly winners and win the jackpot.
For a better tomorrow, don't forget to do the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate every night.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Wakey. Shine your eye.
Shine your eye. Receive money from family and friends overseas and spend from your ZPay mobile money wallet. Dial star 270 hash now.
Surprise! Ma!
What's what's it? I have Papa and me.
There's a live chicken in my living room.
Sister, shine your eyes.
It's not funny.
ZPay. Shatumu direct.
To you by MTN, Roma Insecticide Spray and Coil,
West Hills Ridge Property, Eden Heights,
Universal Merchant Bank,
Lufat.
It's now time for the latest in the world of business. My name is Adela Michelle. Let's delve straight into our stories as close to 3,000 customers lost 1 billion cedis through fraudulent online banking transactions, according to the 2020 Banking Industry Fraud Report. Now, according to the Bank of Ghana, fraudsters took advantage of customers who were not used to digital or electronic methods of making financial transactions.
2,670 cases were recorded in 2020 compared to 2,311 in 2019.
It raised a lot of questions. You look at the jump from almost 115 million to 1 billion Ghana cedis. That's quite a huge jump.
In 2020, many routine activities of institutions, including financial transactions that usually would have been undertaken in person, were conducted online. Consequently, some sections of the banking sector were exposed to heightened levels of fraud-related risks due to increased patronage of electronic or digital products and services.
These customers were not trained. There was no information on how and what they should be doing. The issue of whether you get a phishing mail from someone, what you should be doing. There was no proper education for bank customers.
It's a matter for the state, but it's also a collaborative thing. So there's been some engagements that have been taking place.
The reported value of fraud for 2020 was 1 billion cedis compared to 115.5 million cedis recorded in 2019. Staff involvement in committing fraud, especially suppression of cash, significantly increased.
So what banks should do as a form of training is to also ensure that staff go through the recently launched Ghana Banking Code of Ethics, so that when the staff is punished, the staff does not only move from one bank to another bank, but the staff is banned from the whole industry.
Despite the numerous notices of caution sounded out to the banking industry, there has been a persistent trend of staff involvement in almost every fraud report issued since 2017.
Sometimes it's not even the person who is buying who is defrauded. Sometimes the people who are also selling get defrauded because the person who claims he is going to bring me the thing, I'll pay, the person does not pay.
The steady rise in this phenomenon generally could be attributed to the use of poorly remunerated temporary staff who undergo limited background checks.
And when you look at the report, the most serious one has to do with fake SWIFT transfer. What it means is that some bank staff were able to send transfer advice to customers to show that they've done transfer, which in case they were not proper transfers.
E-money fraud is also beginning to show a steady rise. Related loss accounted for 4.1% of the total fraud-related loss incurred in 2020 compared to 1.1% recorded in 2019, rising from 0.6% in 2019 to 4.7% in 2020.
The Industrial and Commercial Workers Union has described the banking sector cleanup as too harsh, having lost more than 300 of its members whose redundancy packages have not been paid. The General Secretary, Solomon Kote, made the observation at the union's delegates conference here in Accra.
Mr. Vice President, it is the biggest worry to the ICU, where most of our members lost their jobs. And as of now, no restoration. Even though compensation were paid, the compensation didn't write off debts they owe, that they thought they could pay within a period of time were all deducted at a go. Hence, what they took as their next benefit was nothing to write home about. We are still on our knees, expecting that something pragmatic will be done about this.
In his reaction, the Vice President, Dr. Muhammad Bawumia, said government spent 21 billion cedis on the financial sector cleanup.
We had to pay 21 billion Ghana cedis to save depositors at the bank. The question, of course, arises, was this too bitter a pill? Did we go overboard? Did the Bank of Ghana go overboard? But you had a situation where you had a cancer and it's on your toe. And if you don't cut it off, it is going to spread. And we had to cut it off and make sure we took the decisions.
The conference was on the theme, the impact of COVID-19 pandemic on business and labor, the role of social partners.
Let's do more business stories as the Ghana Ports and Harbour Authority is to introduce a new e-payment platform to enhance the collection of revenue. The platform is to facilitate cargo clearing at the ports, validate invoices, calculate port charges through mobile money and other existing e-payment platforms.
Technology is applied to ease the way we do things, to make things easier for all of us. So it is the hope of these projects to make things faster. In making things faster, it cuts cost for you, the user, and for the provider as well. So it's a good initiative, and we hope that everybody gets the patience as we introduce these new projects.
The Deputy Minister was speaking on the sidelines of the maiden edition of the Africa Digital Forum. The forum brought together key stakeholders in policy, regulation, industry and academia. They deliberated on the challenges and opportunities of digitization in fulfilling the potential presented by the continent-wide free trade area. The forum again discussed how beneficiaries of AfCFTA can avoid policy pitfalls that adversely affect their economies.
The COVID experience has even made it more relevant that if we have to grow our economies as Ghanaians, and for that matter as Africa, as a region, we need to invest in ICT development and skills development as well. Training of our young people, and indeed businesses. Everybody from small, medium enterprises to Club 100 members.
Meanwhile, the National Information Technology Agency, NITA, is in the process of collaborating with other regulators, including the Bank of Ghana, to develop and enable cross-sector regulatory principles. The move is expected to fast-track the adoption of e-commerce and e-education, among others.
The Ghana Economic Transformation Project has received 140 million cedis to support micro, small and medium-scale enterprises. The Chief Executive Officer, Yankee Aye, says the funds are key to direct growth of the sector and help MSMEs to contribute meaningfully towards the development of the country.
SMEs provides 80% of manufacturing jobs, contributing 70% to the GDP of Ghana. Chief Executive Officer of Ghana Enterprises Agency, Yankee Aye, says government's 140 million economic transformation project will create the pathway for industrialization.
The 140 million Ghana cedis Ghana Economic Transformation Projects that we are working closely with some of these associations to ensure that MSMEs who are going through tough times, those who have been resilient and sustainable through this COVID era, would also have enough support to build their businesses, strengthen their businesses so we can grow a stronger Ghana.
The Chief of Staff, Akosua Frema Opare, reiterated government's assertion that COVID-19 has had a devastating effect on the Ghanaian economy and pledged to support. President of Ghana National Chamber of Commerce, Clement Osei Amwako, pleaded for incentives that will grow SMEs.
As a nation, we cannot just close our eyes on SME, and I believe that given enough training, because most of the programs that we organize, you see us organizing it within a day or two. That is not enough for the SME that we are looking for. I believe that going forward, you must have a school for SME where we'll train them for even a whole year or 6 months, go and try it, whatever they have been training, and come out with their problems and then resolved.
To enhance SMEs development, the Ghana Chamber of Commerce has signed a memorandum of understanding with Expert France to get 3,000 businesses hooked onto the digital space to access online markets.
And that's all the business news we have for you tonight. There's more business news available on 3news.com. My name is Della Michelle. You're still watching News 360. Sports News is next. Do stay with us.
Today we have a very big surprise for all of you. You get You get a sonata. You get a sonata. You so obey a sonata if you want it. You get a sonata. Sonata. You get a sonata. You get a sonata. And you can get a sonata too.
Everyone's excited about the MTN Act 25 promo. Just keep using your MTN number and talk, text, browse, and more to gain points, and you could win one of 25 Hyundai Sonata vehicles and cash prizes each month in the MTN Act 25 promo. Dial *156# today and begin your journey to win big.
Hey, man, try.
Only on MTN, everywhere you go. Terms and conditions apply.
UMB Speed Up presents 10 steps to stay safe. If you can, stay home. Wash your hands regularly with soap under running water. Keep alcohol-based hand sanitizer close for frequent use. If you must go out, maintain a safe distance of at least 1 meter from the next person. Cough or sneeze with your mouth and nose covered with tissue, or bend your elbow while doing so. Avoid handshakes or hugs. Keep a mental note of people you have come into contact with or places you've been to. Avoid touching your face with unwashed hands. Drink a lot of fluids and boost your immune system with fruits and vegetables. Bank whenever, wherever with UMB Speed Up. UMB Speed Up. Digibank, let's go.
Have you gone through the engagement list?
Yes, ma.
So you saw the 15 bottles of Jama soap you had to buy?
Yes, ma.
Cancel it. Make it 45.
Hey!
Jama Soap, your partner for clean clothes, introducing new Jama washing powder, available in a shop near you. This advert is FDA approved.
Nature Essentials, charcoal and lemon essence restores natural white teeth, herbal extract for strong teeth and healthy gums, antibacterial toothpaste that protects you and your family, because every smile matters.
The show was a jar or bar anyone conquering dim.
The groom is sick.
What?
Malaria.
Malaria. Lufat. Lufat.
In Jija, woman malaria and kawan to them. Lufat, a malaria drop a cup.
And now you may kiss the bride.
Entrance Pharmaceuticals and Research Center. And I Lufat. Lufat, a 2 malaria sententem.
FDA, I
Have you heard of Eden Heights, a luxury gated residential development located in the heart of Accra West, just behind West Hills Mall? It's Accra's best kept secret, a master planned community of modern style apartments and penthouses bearing the superior seal of grade A finishing. Eden Heights promises residents convenience, security and comfort. For an all-inclusive and self-contained living experience, Eden Heights is your best choice. You are guaranteed a wide variety of social and recreational conveniences right at your doorstep, including open green spaces, soccer pitch, swimming pools, tennis court, fitness center, playgrounds and entertainment facilities. Reserve your luxury apartment on our limited promotional offer with just 25,000 cedis. Call 050-1531-444 for more information and to book a viewing. Terms and conditions apply. Eden Heights, welcome home.
Shed your rumor to me.
Tonton master, a baby jumanamo. She's so madahati. Roma insecticide spray at that Roma. Entafre, entatia, make a cheha. No way. Shemikuno, and Tonton Bako crown fanamo. And also a pussy. Roma insecticide spray and mosquito coil. And out there we a sham.
Roma and Tonton Master.
Hi, good evening. Let's do sports news now here on News 360. My name is Yao Ofusulabi. Let's start off from the UEFA Champions League, where Premier League champions Manchester City have been drawn to face Paris Saint-Germain, RB Leipzig and Club Brugge in the Champions League. Of his reunion with the senior national team, Asamoah Gyan has thrown his weight behind CK Akono to succeed at the 2021 Africa Cup of Nations in Cameroon. Gyan trusts the intuition of the former Black Stars captain.
I think we have time. Injuries happen in football. It's very unfortunate, some of the players are injured right now, but I think we've got time. The tournament begins in January next year, so there should be friendly games. The coach will do his work, invite a couple of players, and then at the end of the day, he gets his final squad to the tournament. So as one of the experienced players, all I wish is for the team to win the cup. I wish everybody luck. Make sure we perform in the tournament, and we see what happens. If I meet them face to face, definitely I also share my experience, motivate them, and do what I can do to help the boys.
For Coach CK Akono, we know a lot of Ghanaians want to hold promise in the Ghanaian because all our African nations cup trophies have been brought by Ghanaians. Do you think CK Akono can bring this trophy to Ghana?
I think now, yeah, as you said, now COVID has interrupted a lot in the game. Going to stadium without fans and stuff. But now everything is getting back to normal. CK is a good guy. He's a good coach. A well-trained German coach. Who can handle pressure. So I don't think pressure is going to be his problem. Maybe it's going to be a good pressure because when you're up there, a lot of pressure. When you win, of course, people will praise you. When you lose, they'll be bashing here and there. So at the end of the day, he knows what is better for him. So what we Ghanaians have to do is just support every decision he takes. People might object to selections and everything, but at the end of the day, we have to support because we're not looking at the team, we're looking at Ghana as a whole. So I think we have to just support him.
That's Asamoah Gyan there. Now, Egyptian giants AHLY have confirmed the signing of Bafana star forward PERCY from Premier League outfit Brighton and Hove Albion. The 27-year-old has signed a 3-year contract with an option for a 1-year extension. Tau has struggled to make a name for himself at the Seagulls since ending his nearly 3-year successful loan spell in Belgium and was ordered to return to the club at the start of the year. Well, now to some more news in Europe, where Manchester City footballer Benjamin Mendy has been charged with rape. The 27-year-old defender has been charged with 4 counts of rape and 1 count of sexual assault by the Cheshire police in Manchester. The charges relate to 3 complainants over the age of 16 and are alleged to have taken place between October 2020 and August this year. Now, Manchester City can confirm that following his being charged by the police today, Benjamin Mendy has been suspended pending an investigation. The matter is subject to a legal process, and the club is therefore unable to make further comments until the process is complete. Well, now to end the news, let's do tennis, where former champion Andy Murray will face Greek third seed Stefanos Tsitsipas in the first round of the US Open. Top seed Novak Djokovic bidding for a record 21st Grand Slam men's singles title and a clean sweep of the majors in 2021 starts against the qualifier. AHLY Barty, the women's world #1, faces Vera Svitolina, and while Britain's in New York on Monday. Defending women's champion Naomi Osaka, who is bidding for a third title in 4 years, is seeded third and has been drawn in the opposite half of Australia's AHLY Barty. The Japanese player begins her title defense against Marie Boskova of the Czech Republic. Britain's Cameron Norrie, who's seeded 26th, will also open with highly rated Carlos Alcaraz.
Welcome.
Music. Sensational Ghanaian gospel star Seth Diamond is set to release his debut album, The Takeover. The urban gospel artist is confident songs on the album will draw more people to Christ.
Signed
on to the Gospel Town Africa music label, Ghanaian urban gospel musician Seth Diamond has held a listening session for his yet-to-be-released album and a video for his single done with award-winning hip life star Kofi Kinata. The album has spirit-filled songs like Trust Issues, Dear Preacher, Victory, My Hour, and Heaven Rocks.
It's been 5 years coming. I needed to master my craft. I needed to be ready and prepared for the industry. You know, people will bash me and say, oh, why a secular act on your... But you know, my message out there is who is allowed to praise God. Let everything that has breath praise God. So I believe everyone is entitled, or everyone has the right to praise God. So if Kofi wants to praise God with me, why not? You know,
the urban gospel artist is confident that songs on the album will draw more people to Christ. Seth is expected to headline a concert to officially unveil his album on September 26th.
This album promises to be inspiring. It promises to bless everyone out there. It's not just for the international markets, it's also for the local markets, because I also have some local songs in there. So I think it's going to be a blessing to the nation. And
fellow gospel stars Noble Nketia and Selena Boateng were on hand to show support.
I can see something in him that is not really out yet, but if we push him, it will come out.
And still in entertainment, Ghanaian singer, songwriter and producer Kidi has celebrated his hit single Touch It, going viral through social media platform TikTok. The single, which is off his Golden Boy album, went viral after a 20-second choreography was created for the lyrics. Since its upload, 1 million videos have been created globally with the song, which has 106 million views shared on various social media platforms. And this isn't the first time his song has gone viral on the platform, as in 2020, his Say Cheese was the favorite of many worldwide on TikTok, especially during the lockdown period. That's it for entertainment this evening. I'm Anita Kekufu, Alfred and Portia.
106 million.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Congrats to him.
Absolutely. He said that this Touch It was going to touch it.
It's indeed touching it.
It did. Just like Seth discovering diamonds even as he ventures into music.
There you go. You know, I knew she was going to be poetic with this one. But anyway, we want to say thank you so much for staying with us here on News 360. Join me and the rest of the team tomorrow morning on 3FM 92.7 from 5 to 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. I am Alfred Okansi.
And I am Portia Gabor. Enjoy the rest of our programs. Good evening.